Morning.
Yeah, very good morning. Okay, what is the last concept, guys? We just started Docker, right? Yeah, my voice is audible, guys. Nadeem, Anita,
Yes,
clear, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so we started Docker commands and all, right? Now we'll see. So how to download? We started. Okay. So we can download the image first, and after that also you can initialize your repository. I mean, repository means Docker container. Okay, so I can download the image also directly. I can only download the image also. So yesterday I gave with the container creation only. I gave the image. I downloaded the image. So if you want like this also you can do. So let me check how many images I am having in my system. So how to check? Docker images. Sorry, images. Okay, so presently I'm having two images here. One is the Hello World sample one and the Ubuntu operating system image. I have two images here. Okay, so and this is the image ID also. For each and every image, we have an image ID also. Okay, on the days everything is showing, and after that, next. So I want to download one more image. How? So from where it is going to download? It's going to download from the we have the GitHub, sorry, not GitHub, Docker Hub or Docker registry. From the Docker registry, it is going to download. You will not get these images in the online directly. We have separate registry in the website only. From there you are going to get. From there only it is going to download. Okay, so Docker pull. So pull means download, right? So Docker pull so and so image. I am trying to download the image called CentOS. So I can download them. So using default tag as a latest, okay, and it is the CentOS operating system. The image is pulling out. So it is pulling the file system layer. So why it is telling layer, guys? Yesterday I told no. So this is CentOS is an image. Okay, so the image will consist of many layers. The first layer of the image is what we have in the first layer of the image, the bootable file system, okay, which is enough to run a operating system. And the second layer on the top of the first layer, you have many layers again. Those are whatever the actions that we are performing, all will be rest of the layers. Okay. So can we edit the image? So now I downloaded the image, so I can edit the image. No, it is not possible to edit the image. So if you want to edit, then you have to start this image, then you have to run this image on as a container. Then only we can do all the actions. Okay, until cannot do anything, this image will be by default read only. Guys, getting? Okay. So status, the new image was CentOS was downloaded. Okay, this is the tag latest. By default you'll get the tag as latest. Okay, and now if you go and see the command as Docker images. Now if you see the Docker images, it will show you what it will show you. See, now I got the CentOS here. Okay, Okay, now I am getting the CentOS. See, previously I have only these two images. Now I downloaded CentOS image. So I can edit this one. No, it is not possible to edit this one. Okay, so now, so if I want to edit this one, means if I want to run, if I want to edit, if I want to do any actions on that using the CentOS image, so I have to run that image as a container. Then only I can do the all the actions and operations on it. So how to run? So we saw already yesterday. So Docker run. Whenever you are giving run, no, you're getting separate. You're getting separate container, new container every time. Whenever you are giving run, you will get a new container every time. Okay, so with one image I can create multiple containers, right? So like 10 in 10 containers also I can use 10 CentOS operating system images. Okay, so Docker run, I'm giving the name. Okay, name, how you will give name. So name is equal to something like Vinod I am giving, and so interactive terminal. So I have to run this. I have to attach this container, this terminal to this container. That's why I'm giving interactive terminal, and the images. So you can give CentOS also. Okay, see, we downloaded CentOS now. I will give CentOS only. Okay, so CentOS. Okay, image is CentOS, and so once I hit enter, the container is going to run on the image CentOS. Okay, so here one more thing also I am adding here, so that is bin bash. Why I am giving this bin bash now? I will tell you. See, now I am in this container. You can check it out. So I'm in this container. You can check it out the OS also. Like in CAD, we have the etc file. There we have the OS release. Okay, so you can check the OS also. It is a CentOS operating system. Where it is? Yeah, CentOS operating system. And if you go with the host name, same. So you will get the, what is this? Container ID. So image also will have the image ID. Okay, and here for container also we have the each and every container we have the container ID. So then only Docker engine can identify and can control all the containers. Okay, so I added just now. I added this bin bash. No, this is bin bash. No? See, whenever you and bin bash is nothing but it's a shell. So entire terminal this is shell only. So whatever the commands you are running in this shell, okay. So automatically these commands it will take to the kernel, and that kernel will operate that commands, and it will give the and going to deliver the output of that command. Then again the shell going to collect that output, and it is displaying in our console. So this is the process internally it will do. So whatever the place that where we are working daily, this is called a shell. Entire this terminal is a shell only. Okay, so first it will going to create the environment, then only we can work. So if you give echo dollar shell, so what is this shell? It's a system variable, already defined variable. I didn't create any variable shell. Okay, it's already defined. I am using it. That's it. See, it will show you bin bash. What is this bin bash means? It's creating environment. Once you enter into the container, very first thing what you want to run. So I have to create an environment called shell to run the commands. That's why I'm entering with the bash, bin bash. The same thing I told here. Yeah. So when we create a container, very first thing we will run is bin bash. Okay, as an entry point. It's an entry point. So once you start the container, what is your entry point? First thing what you have to do, you have to set the environment. Who is going to take care of setting the environment? This shell only. Okay, so that is called bin bash as an entry point called as a shell. So which will create environment to run commands in container. Okay, So that's why we are entering with this bin bash. It's a recommended way. Okay. Okay, the first thing it will run in the container is this one only. See, when you go with the host operating system only, not the containers, regular operating system only. So there also, again, same thing. If you observe there also, it will run default, it will run. But here we are mentioning because these are containers. We are separately mentioning here. Okay, done. So then after whatever, so once it created an environment, then after whatever the command you are giving, it is going to process successfully. Okay. Yeah, so we did yesterday, right? So this is my CentOS operating system. So if you give ls and we have one file, and if you give here ls, we have the file system. These are the entire file system. So file system means so operating system folders will be there here. Okay, and everything will be here. Now, so by giving the exit, it is going to terminate now. Okay, so the container is going to terminate. If you see, it's going to terminate. So now, if I want to check what and all servers are, what and all containers are running, what is the command? Docker ps. Okay. So it is showing, it is not showing anything because no container is running, because just now I gave exit. If you give exit now, the container is going to terminate. Okay. Now, if you want to start the container, if you want to start the same container, okay, now you can give it. You can start the container. How? Docker start name of the container. I gave name, right? So I can, with that name I can use. If you don't give name no for your container, so then you have to use with the container ID. So go with the name only all the time. This is a best practice. So Docker start, the name of the image, the container is Vinod. So now it is started. See, my Vinod is started. Now you give the Docker ps. It will show you here. See, it is showing this is the container ID and the image is CentOS. This is the command we used the 5 minutes ago, and up the image is created 5 minutes ago, and the status is up 7 seconds. Okay, and name is Vinod. If you not give name, it will take some other names. It will take. Okay, like this. If you want to see all the all the containers which are stopped and which are running currently, all the containers if you want to see, so Docker ps-a. Okay, sorry. Docker ps-a. So only one it is showing. So because there is no other, only one I have. Okay. So if you want to see only the container IDs, then you have to give Q. If you add the Q now, it will give only the container IDs. So only the container IDs will give you all the container IDs. It will display. Docker ps-a. Okay. Done. Now I want to delete a container. How to delete a container? So now it is running up about a minute. So it is running. So this container is up about a minute. It is running. Now I want to delete a container. Can I? How to delete? Can I delete a running container? We will see. So we have a command called docker remove. Okay, docker remove container name. Container name is Vinod. Okay. See, it's throwing an error. See, error response from daemon. You cannot remove a running container so and so. Okay, the container ID will be like this. Actually, see, if you observe, this is the entire container ID. Okay, so but it is giving only few like around 10 characters. It is giving around. Okay, starting of the 10 characters is giving. So actually, it will be the complete container ID will be look like this. And it is telling the container so and so stop the container before attempting removal, or you can go with forcefully also. Okay, so if any difficult situation, then only go with the forcefully, otherwise don't go for forcefully. Okay, so if you want to remove the container, then you have to stop the container first and you have to remove. The same thing it is telling here. Okay, so now let me stop the container. How to stop? Docker stop. So if you relate the commands like this, it is very easy to remember the commands here. Docker stop. I want to stop the container. Vinod. Okay, so now I stopped. Yeah, it was stopped. Okay, now you can go and check it out also. Docker ps, it will not show you anything because it was stopped. Docker ps command will show you only currently running. Okay, now, so it was stopped. Now I will try to delete this one. Docker remove. So Vinod. So it was deleted. Now you can go and check it. So Docker ps -a all also you check it. So because see it is if I give all also it is not given because
What if you have images in Docker? Can you still delete it?
yeah, I will tell you now and I will tell you. So this is the way we are going to do. So we have to stop it and we have to do. If you want to do forcefully, the same command Docker remove only. Just you have to add the attribute extra -f and you can remove. Okay, like this. The container name or container ID you can give also. Okay, so don't use all the time forcefully. If any cases, okay, if required, then only we'll go with the forcefully if you want to. Okay, so and it's a best practice to go first stop the container and remove it. And Docker images. So if I give images, I'm having CentOS also here. Okay, now so let me create. So nothing is there right now. 1 second. Yes, nothing is there here. So let me run one container first. Okay. So how again? If I want to run a container, I have only the images here. I want to run the container. How? So Docker. If you want to run a container, then you have to use the run command only. Okay. Docker run. Okay. So I have to give the name for that. Name is something like globes. I'm giving. So I have to run. This time I will run Ubuntu. Okay. So interactive mode Ubuntu. Okay, so give the bin bash. Bash also you can give, or otherwise you can give sh also, it will work. Okay, sh means shell. Bash means born again shell. That's it. Both are same. Okay, you can give like this also. So done. Whenever you are using Docker run, no, it will create container based upon the image that you are giving. Docker run, name, globe, city, Ubuntu, it's running. Okay, wait. It gave, but due to something, okay, so it is not giving. Actually, it is working only. Okay. So now, if you check it, Docker ps bin bash is not running, but it giving the host name is 1 second. Docker images, no, it was corrupted. Yeah, it is running only, but exited. Okay, so I created one Docker image. It was running. Oh no, it was exited because I control D I gave over there. So now see, let me start again. Docker start, and the name I gave as a globes, right? Globes. Yeah, it was started. So due to some problem, it was tracked here. Okay, that's why I exited the container and again I started. Okay. So Docker start globes. It is running now. You can see Docker PS. It is running. Okay. So for 14 seconds ago, 2 minutes ago, the create was created. Name is globes. Image is Ubuntu. This command is this one. Container is this. Everything is running. Okay. So now the Ubuntu image is there and the container are also running. Okay. So now I will try to remove the image. Okay. So Docker images. So I have the images here. So if I want to remove the image, so Ubuntu image. So this is the Ubuntu, this is the name of the image and this is the image ID. Okay. So if I want to remove the image, what is the command? Docker remove image. See, for container removing, we are giving only RM. Here remove, we are adding I means image. Remove image. So image ID also you can use, or image name also you can use. I'm using Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu. Now see, it will raise a conflict that so unable to remove the repository Ubuntu container, so and so container is using the image as this one. So which container it is? D14 means, so Ubuntu, see this one, D14, Ubuntu container is running the image. So same image, it is giving the image also. Okay. So now what we have to do? We have to stop the container, then only we can remove. We will see. First, let me go and stop the container. How to stop? Docker stop. Name is globes, right? Globes. So it was stopped. Now you can check it out also. PS. So there is no running containers. Okay. So now I can go and delete. Will it delete? Will it delete now? We will see. Docker remove Ubuntu. See, again it is giving same error. So what it is telling means, so we cannot delete like this. So if you want to delete forcefully, you can delete. Okay, so because it is not, again it is showing the same error means the image, this Ubuntu image is attached with this, with some other container, whether it is running or not, it is attached with other container. No? So unless and until if you remove that container only, then it is going to remove normally. If you want forcefully, you can do. Okay, so that forcefully is not recommended all the time. So now if I want to remove normal way, so then what I have to do? Now I have to remove the container also. How to remove the container? Again, Docker remove globes. I remove the container globes. Okay, there the Ubuntu container is running, and now I will try the command. Docker remove image Ubuntu. Now it is deleted. See. Now I'll go and check Docker images. So there is no Ubuntu image now. Guys, clear?
So you can remove the container and image at the same time?
Yes.
You have to do separately?
No. When the container is running with some image, so you cannot remove forcefully also. Okay.
No. What I'm saying is this. You know how you use Docker remove globes? That was the container, right? You remove the container, right?
Yes, yeah.
And then after that, you use Docker RMI, which is the image. So can you run the RM and RMI and move together or no?
RM and RMI is different. RMI for only removing the images. RM
So you
is
can't
for
move. So you can remove container and images together, right?
container images. No. It is not possible.
Okay.
Okay, separately we have to do.
Okay.
Okay. So like this, we are going to remove this. So sometimes if you want to run, suppose we have a requirement like this, I want to run some application in daemon process, not in the interactive. Okay, like suppose I have to run one application inside one Ubuntu server or center, whatever. Okay, I want to run continuously. I want to run that application. I should not stop it. Okay, I should not stop. It should run continuously. So I will create one Ubuntu container, and I will try to install some one application also. The application will execute continuously. Once I give exit, so automatically the container is going to terminate, right? So without terminating, I have to come out from that. So how? So yesterday only I told. Suppose Docker PS nothing, right? And A nothing. Okay, let me run Docker run Ubuntu only I will run. Okay, so name I am giving Nadim. Okay, so interactive terminal. So Ubuntu. So I'm giving a different one now. There is no Ubuntu image is already there. So I will give you now Fedora. Okay, Fedora image is not there. What it will do now? It will download, and after that it will run. Okay, so Fedora, and I'm giving the bin bash. Okay, see now. There is no Fedora. It will download first, and then it will start running the container. Only one time you have to download the image, and remaining. So whenever you want to run multiple containers with the same image, you can run. Only one time you have to download the image. So now I want to run something here in the Fedora server. Okay, so and I have to come out from that. So how? Yesterday only I told. So we have to go with the Control P and Q. See, whenever I'm giving exit in the container, automatically the container is getting terminated, right? I don't want like that. Because my application should run continuously. Okay, my application should run continuously. So done. See, it is downloaded, and it directly came to the Fedora container also. It is now the container is running with the Fedora image. Okay. So like this. Now you see something I will do. I will install some application. So it has to run. So if I give exit, no, it is entire the container is terminating. I don't want to terminate the container. I have to come out. How? So we have Control P Q. So once you give Control plus P plus Q, so then you are coming out without terminating the container. If you go and check it, no, so the container will running. See, the container is running. See, up 47 seconds it is running. It did 49 seconds ago, and 47 seconds it is running. So container name is nothing. Okay, now what I will do now, I will go and install some application. Okay, so no, we have to run the application. My scenario is different now. This is different. Okay, so without terminating the container, how to come out? This is one scenario. Okay, done. So we'll go with second scenario, that I have to run my application, okay, continuously in daemon process. Daemon process means, so I'm not going to interact with that container. Okay, it's going to run background continuously. It has to run background. I'm not going to interact with that. How to create that one? So here I gave, where is that? Yeah, if you want to run application continuously in container, we achieve this by running your container as a daemonized. Okay, so daemon process, we call this as a daemon process. Okay, so it's going to run background. So here is not attaching your terminal to a container, that is in the background it is going to run. Okay, so let me go and let me run one container in the background, and I will try to install one application, like small application I will try to install here. Okay, so what application means, simply I'm writing one small script here. So nothing is here. Where is it? Daemon containers. Yeah, so this one I will show you what is this. See, by using the bin bash, I'm writing small script that echo. So I'm displaying something like welcome to the DevOps training, and sleep for 2 means it's seconds I'm giving. Okay, 2 means 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds it is going to display this message. Okay, so and finally it was done. So by using the bash I'm giving. Okay, so once I hit enter now, see why it is not. Is anything I didn't forgot to copy? Yeah, / missed, right? Yes, / see, every time not every time, every 2 seconds it is running. See, just I gave one statement, so every 2 seconds it is running. So I took a small application like this. Okay, so now I want to run this in one container continuously in daemon process. Daemon process means background it is going to run. We are not going to interact with that. Okay, so this application I want to install in the daemon process of a container. How? I'm stopping this. The same thing I will give over there. Okay, so docker run. I'm running the new thing. Name is daemon. I'm giving the name as a daemon only, and I'm not giving C. I'm not giving interactive terminal. I'm not giving C. Okay, so because it should run background, it should not interact with this. So docker run name is daemon. So CentOS only I will take the image. Okay, so so I'm having already here. Let me copy this instead of typing. Okay, so this is the command daemon process CentOS I'm running. So there I am giving this one. Okay, so whatever the application just now I showed you, same thing I'm giving here. So see, now the container is created, but see, this is the full ID of the container. Okay, so but it is running background. Okay, see, actually if you run the container, if you give docker run command, what will be the output? Directly it is going to enter into the container C, but it is not entering C. Still I am in host machine. Still I am in my host machine only. Okay, so the container is running in the daemon process. You can check it, docker ps. See, it is running here. the CentOS. Previously I created a Fedora, now I created a container with CentOS. Up 33 seconds ago it was done. The name of the container is daemon. Okay, the container ID is, it's starting with same AD64, this only. This is in background. So I cannot interact with this container. Every time it is going to, in this container, daemon container, every time continuously, every 2 seconds that application is going to run. It is running already. Background it will run. Okay, the daemon process is background. The container will run in the background only. Okay, now if I want to see what application it is running inside that container, I can see by using one more command called git logs -f. Okay, and the name of the container is daemon, right? Daemon process. Sorry, I gave git.
That's what I was like, Git. Why?
Okay. Docker logs it is, not log guys, and -f daemon, name of the container. So if you want to see what application it is running, whether it is running or not, and on what application it is running. So see, continuously it is running. It is running every 2 seconds. Okay. So like this, we are going to see. We are not going to interact with that because I didn't attach my terminal to that container, right? So that's why I cannot interact with that. So it is background, it will run continuously. So if you want to remove directly, you can remove it. So how to remove? We have to stop the container and we are going to remove the container. Guys, clear? So, and if you want to see the running application, then you have to use this one. Same thing you have to use. So here I gave the commands also. See here I'm giving clearly. So you can pull the image first, and after that you can give the Docker image. It will show you all the images. And if you want to run the image, then what is the command? Docker run. So IT. So image name, and you have to run bin bash. Okay. So on off it will run. If you want to remove, you have to use the command like this. So you can go. You can remove the multiple also. You can remove. So multiple images also you can remove. That only I gave here. And for one image you cannot have multiple. Sorry, we can have, not we cannot. We can have multiple containers. Okay, so one image. So we are downloading only CentOS as one image only, and we are creating. I think 2 times I created now. Let me check. Docker ps. Only one time only I'm running. If you want again one more CentOS, you can run same command, Docker run, again give the name and IT, same bin bash CentOS. Like that you can create one image, you can run multiple containers. So let me go on -a. Oh, only 2 only it is running. If you want, you can create it directly. The same thing I gave, and the Docker image. Image name are you can give for removing, or image ID also you can give. So here I gave 2 note points that it will not remove when the container is running. If you try to remove the image, okay, it will not remove if the container is running. First you have to stop the container, then also it will not remove normally. Then you have to remove forcefully. Okay, because if you stop the container also, it is not removing the image, because the image is attached to so and so container. That's why it is not removing. So you have to detach it. Detach means you have to remove the container. Then only you have to remove the image. Guys, clear? So I gave here all the commands. If you want to exit, so same thing. If you don't want to terminate the container and you have to come out, go with the Control+P+Q without stopping the container. We can see Docker PS like coming out, and we can see. And the Docker PS is currently running process. PSI for all. Docker PS IAQ displaying only the container IDs. Okay. And if you want to stop the container, you can go with the Docker stop and the Docker start. Okay. And you can give this Docker remove image for container removing. So we can remove the forcefully also by using rm-f. All the comments also I wrote here. Okay. And so we can move, we can shift, we can upload, we can download the containers also. Okay, so we can shift and download, we can upload all these things also we can do. It's a containers also lightweight, because the images in the container also lightweight, no, then the containers also will be very lightweight. Okay, and the Docker info, let me show you the Docker info. I think I showed Docker info also, right? Docker info means information about entire Docker, the memory, RAM, 64-bit, and everything is going. See, if it is showing like this, everything containers, how many containers it is running to, pass at 0, stop at 0, images 3, all version, storage drive, many things it is giving. If it is giving all these things, no, then only exactly the Docker engine is working, and this everything is fine. I think I told in the first class, I think. In the last class only, I told info also. If you want to verify your Docker engine successfully running or not, you will give this Docker info. And I will tell you this Docker create and push we done, right? Push we done. And I will tell you the, sorry, pull we done. We'll go with the push also. When we're creating the custom images, then we have to go with the push. Once we create the custom image, and we have to push those images to the Docker registry. Okay, so I will tell you the Docker inspect. Let me show you Docker inspect container ID, or I can go with the what image, what name I gave, Nadeem, right? Yeah, you can give container ID or the container name, anything. So it is giving all the things in the JSON format. It is displaying all the things, like we have this one in Ansible. We fetched all the things now by using setup command, Ansible setup command. We fetch all the things, whatever, whenever it is, before it is going to run the playbook to the node system, first it will fetch all the information about the node system, then only it will match with this playbook, then it will install, right? The same concept in the Ansible. Like that, here it is fetching all the information about the system here, not node and all. Here wherever you are giving that system details, it is fetching here, not node system, like that. So image is Fedora. Okay, so volume, everything, like it's a JSON format code it is. So it is fetching like this, host name, everything same in the Ansible how we did, same. So it's very lengthy, it will be. Okay, the status running true, everything it will give you like this. Inspect means, so deep we are going to see the properties of our system. Okay, and we have to go with the create and the push, right? So we will go for custom images, then there I will show you guys. So far, is there any doubts, guys? Are you understanding the Docker, or Nadeem, you're feeling Docker again as Ansible only?
No, this is much better than Ansible.
Much better.
Yes.
Is this the same commands across? If we use Docker in some other thing like Azure or something, is that same command?
Everywhere. See, if you running something, see, if you're running Git in Windows operating system, the commands will change. No. If you're running the Git in the Linux, the commands will change. No. The tool, how it will work, based on the own commands only it will work, right? So here also same. So wherever you're working on the cloud, you're working on some other infrastructure, virtual infrastructure, anything, commands and everything is same. Cloud means
So
instead of physical system, the system will be in the cloud. Everything same you are going to use. That's it. Yeah, tell me, Chav.
so where do we get our like if I want to, like, I'm not going to remember this, and obviously we have to kind of remember it to try and work through things. Is there like a site where we can go and look for the Docker command?
Docker commands.
Mm-hmm.
They will give
Like
you this.
if I forget about how to stop the daemon, or
Or do you know if the company lets you have these notes? Like if we print it out and keep it, do you know if they let you or no?
Docker help. Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
Okay. So in the Git
Okay.
also you'll get, no? I showed in the Git also same, right?
Yes.
Let me go for Git as well. See, all these commands we have covered: fetch, pull, push, tag, rebase, diff, commit. We remember all this: status, show, log, grep, bisect. All this we covered. Init, clone, all the commands it is giving. See, and it's giving the explanation also.
So do you know if the company allows you to have nodes or no?
Which nodes? You want running nodes in the company?
No, I'm talking about the one you gave us.
Depends upon the company. No, they will not allow. Maximum they will not allow. According to my knowledge, they will not allow. Is there any like soft middleware companies or startup companies like 30, 40 people, small company? Otherwise, it is your friend's company. Then they will allow you. Maximum the 90% they will not allow. They will give you everything. It's there also you will get the release notices and the documentation. Everything they will give you. Once you will get the project from the client, so many teams will be there, right? So they will generate the documentation clearly. That PDF they are going to give you based upon PDF that you have to work, right? So no one will come and tell every time do this, do this. They will assign you one task one time only. So that you have to do continuously. Once finishing up that, next task they will give you, right? Okay, everything in the document only they will create everything in the document.
Okay.
See how the client will give a requirement to the companies. He will tell simply. He will come to the company. He will tell like if I switch on this, I have in space I have to do something. The requirement will be like this for clients. If I switch on this, the water has to come there. If I touch here, I have to get this sound. The client's requirements will be like that. So with that requirement, we will understand that requirement directly. We will not understand. So some separate people will be there. They will understand that client requirement and they will prepare all the documentation. Okay, and that document they are going to give us. Okay, so suppose he gave that if I touch here, I have to get this music. I have to get this song. Okay, so this is the requirement, client requirement. So according to that, this people document preparation and requirement analysis people will be there, data analysis people will be there. All these people sit together and they will start analyzing what are the requirements required for this project, how many people required for this project, and what are the equipments I need to purchase, what are the tools I need to get this, how to get the license. So all these things they will go. And they prepare the documentation. Each and every step they will prepare the document. That documentation they will give you. If the client gave directly to you, if I touch here, I have to get the so and so song. This is the requirement. Then how you will understand? How you will start? Where you will go? Okay. So like that, it will be there in the real time. Yeah, Anita, understanding? Sometimes I using Git commands. Okay, so like this. Any other doubts, guys? See, if you not understand
As
these
far as
levels, so going forward, no, you will not understand. If you have any doubts, you ask me. That's why I'm asking again and again. Okay. So yeah. Tell me, Jeff.
you did say, I think, Kubernetes could be part of Dockers too.
Yeah, see,
But
once you learn the same process only in the Kubernetes also, it's very easy with the Kubernetes. If you once you're done with the Docker, no, then it is that easy to go with the Kubernetes. Nothing will be the same process. The base things it will carry forward from the Docker only.
Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you have a Docker image, you cannot use it for Kubernetes, right?
We can use.
Oh.
Yeah, both are same. No need to worry about. See, we have tools like Ansible, Puppet, Chef, SaltStack. Like many tools are there, no. So we are learning only one. Why means rest of it all are same only, right? So only learning one, and we are working based on company requirement.
I thought image has the metadata that is probably unique to the Docker.
Yeah. So there we need to give some alternates will be there, some supporting commands we have to take over there.
Okay, gotcha.
See, exactly it will not run. No? Then if everything is same means, then what is the difference between Docker and Kubernetes? Something like we have the Chef and Ansible. In the Chef is different commands and everything, the process is different. But formula entirely work will be the same only. The commands and terminology will be different in the same way here also.
We're covering the Kubernetes, right?
So I'm not covering the Kubernetes. So
what?
So in the Docker only I'm adding, no?
Can you cover the Kubernetes or no?
See, both are same. I'm not covering the Kubernetes here. Both are same here. Docker, if you learn the Docker, see, I didn't cover the Ansible. I covered only Ansible there. I didn't cover the SaltStack and Puppet. What about Chef? All are same only. Same like this. Same process only we are going to do.
Most job requirements there are questioning, do you know Docker and Kubernetes? They're not just questioning.
Yeah. See, everything is same. See, in the job description, I told no, many times I told the same thing. In the job descriptions, they will give you everything. If you go and check in the configuration management also, they will give you the Chef, Ansible, Puppet also they will give you. Then how? Those are not different. If you go with the SCM section again, source code management section, in some companies they're asking SVN. Did I teach you SVN? I teach only Git, right? Then why you are not asking, why you not teaching this SVN? There you are not asking why. Okay, it's not that way.
Not
yeah, I told no in the demo session only I told. Like this, if you go no, based upon the job description, if you go no, you will have 300 plus tools in the DevOps. We'll sit and learn all these tools. Nothing, you only told someone, they ask another tool like Palm something. And you told, I don't, Terraform also you told, right? Palm and Terraform. They mentioned in the job description. And what you told to the company, I don't know about Terraform and Palm you told, right? And what they told, no issue, we are going to hire. Already you got job also. See, you are the best example. You shared the job description for me. In that job description, 4 or 5 tools, you don't know 4 or 5 tools. But you selected in that company. How?
If you lived here in Chicago, I would ask you where's the nearest bridge so I can go jump off the bridge, because I was thinking that you're going to cover the Kubernetes.
No. Same formulas. If you want, I will give the support on that. I will provide you some videos and all. Okay. So see, we cannot go like that. If I teach like that, no, like it should be 1 year. Like again, Chef continuously, Puppet continuously, Ansible, and again SVN, Bitbucket. No, you should not go in that way. I told no in the demo session only told. If you have go with the section wise. Okay, don't go with the tool wise. If you go with the tool wise, you are going to have a lot of.
Do you happen to have videos for the Kubernetes or no?
Yeah, I will provide you.
Okay, yeah, that will work.
Yeah, I told him I will provide you. See, if you go anywhere also, no, they will not tell you I will not teach you. I am telling you here openly. Those guys will not tell you I will not teach you. They will tell I will teach you. So once you go there, they will teach you only Git again. They will not teach SVN. They will tell you the difference between the Git and the SVN. Only the terminology is this and this. This is the difference. That's it. 10 minutes.
No, but I just want to make sure whatever they ask in the job description, I just want to make sure I have knowledge.
Yeah, everything is same in the Kubernetes also, downloading the images, running the containers, container formula only, same container formula. Okay, everything see, don't go with the tools, go with the section. Like what are the sections? SEM section, there we learned Git. On online repository section, there we learn GitHub. And build section, we learn Maven. And CI/CD section, we learn Jenkins. And this is that configuration management, we learned Ansible. Okay, so like this we have to go section wise. We have to go in the container section 1. Okay, like this we have to go section wise.
If you have to compare the Terraform, what would you compare with?
It's a
Like,
infrastructure tools.
Yeah.
Infrastructure running tools section, we are going to get a Terraform. I don't know alternate for the Terraform. I have to Google it. So only Terraform.
No, I'm saying that Terraform, what is, like, you know how is the Chef, Ansible? What is
See,
their...
combinedly they are going to use one, they will create infrastructure in the Terraform. Combinedly they are going to use all the tools. Okay. So like that we have, tomorrow they are going to ask me, after 1 week, they are going to ask a few more tools also. If you sit and learn like that, you will become old. Okay, definitely. See, you only shared me in WhatsApp your job content. There you don't know 5 tools, right? And same thing you inform to the organizational. I don't know this Palm, I don't know this Terraform, I don't know this Azure also they ask you. Azure Cloud. You tell them frankly, you already told them, right? I don't know about all these things. But they agree with you and you selected. You are the best example here. Okay, don't go with all the job interests. Go with the core. What is the core? If you some computer science student guy, what is the core subject for him? Like C or C++ and Java. These are the core subjects for him. Based on this, he is going to work once he completing his graduation. Like that, for DevOps also we have the core. What is the core for DevOps here? These 5 sections. Actually, Docker also will not include here. Okay, these 5 sections are core up to SCM to CM, configuration management. If you have these 5 sections, your resume is going to pick anywhere.
Which is true, I agree, because they put multiple things in their job requirements.
Everything they will give. Simply see, for them nothing will happen. Simply adding the keyword only. For us, learning that keyword it will take 1 month also.
Yeah.
So mainly see, in other domains, there is no confusions like this. If you go Java, we have only core Java or advanced Java, J2E, JW, that's it. Or Springs or Kubernetes, that's it. Fix, some tools are fixed there. Some concepts are fixed. But only the headache with the DevOps is many tools. If you type list of CI/CD tools, 100 you will get. If you type list of SCM tools, 40, 50 you will get. Okay, that's why the demo session only I'm telling clearly, don't go with list of tools. Some people will tell, I will teach you Chef, I will teach you Puppet, I will teach you Ansible. What is the use of teaching 3? Okay, so they will count, 10 tools he is covering. Oh, he is covering 15 tools. No, should not go in the numbering way also. You have to go in the section wise. And the second day only the students will come, they will come to understand. They'll come to know, if this guy is teaching this Ansible, Puppet, all comes under only one section. Then they will come to know. Then what is the use? Already they paid the amount also. Okay, so it's not like that.
Vinod, can you send these Docker notes as well?
Yeah, I will send you. I have to do some updations. I will send you. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can you send me the Kubernetes too?
Yeah, sure.
And
And I I want some Jenkins and notes that you wrote down.
Jenkins notes, I already sent. No, okay, you just ping me whatever the thing you want. You just ping me in WhatsApp, guys.
You know, the text file notes. I have the videos. Go ahead, text file notes.
Chef, I'm not able to hear your voice. It's like earthquake
Oh.
only. Yesterday you told no nothing.
So, notes, text file notes, for examples we went through and stuff.
Sorry, Jeff, I'm not able to hear voice. I'm getting your voice in installments.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Sorry. Are you
Just,
able to hear me okay now?
yeah. Now it is okay. Yeah, tell me.
I just need the text file notes for Ansible and Jenkins and Docker
Yeah,
even.
I will send you.
Okay, thank you.
Is Docker's done or are there more classes for Docker?
No. We have more classes.
Okay.
How many more?
2 more.
And that's it. We are done. Our relationship is over.
No, it won't go over. It will continue like anything. Okay, guys.
All right, Vinod. Do we have class tomorrow?
Class Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, you know, right, Anita? It's a festival.
Every weekend you have a festival.
Okay.
Yeah, here we have so many festival. You know.
Because Ankit was asking if there is class tomorrow.
You know this festival, right? Sankranti, Bogi,
Yeah,
Pongal.
Sankranti. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 days continuously, the 3 festivals are there, Amit and Chef. So Saturday, Sunday, okay, and Monday also is there. If possible, I will take on Monday. Okay, otherwise I will meet on Tuesday.
Have you ever heard a festival called Docker class we should have tomorrow?
Docker class. I will try. See,
So is it your Monday or our Monday or US Monday or?
your Monday, my Tuesday.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Let us know, Vinod. You can just ping us on WhatsApp if there is any change of plans.
Yeah. Definitely, I will ping you in WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.